Hello.
Then. Now.
Showdown to the queens.
Episode number 500.
Forever.
Looks like hell throws over.
Without any more further ado,
Together.
let's jump straight into the show. Hello, and welcome to episode number 105, I believe, of the TEW IX Challenge Run. We're here for ECW for Tuesday, the 4th of February, 2025. 3 days removed from the Royal Rumble on this end, where neither of the Royal Rumble winners were from ECW, and Warden retained against ZSJ, Ruby Riott retained against Liv Morgan. And yeah, so tonight we've got a big steel cage main event. Sasha Banks defends the $1 million championship against Kathy Cool of Next Gen. If Next Gen lose, they are gone from ECW and banished from Heat. So yeah, big stipulations on the line there. And we also have Kyle O'Reilly against Cesaro, Undisputed Era versus Paragon. And The Rock is here. He will open up tonight's show to respond to what he did at the Royal Rumble, which was come out during the match and screw Roman Reigns. So yeah, without any more further ado, let's jump straight into the show. We kick off the show with the Usos and Paul Heyman rocking up to the arena. He goes, "Hey, yo, check it, Us. Us. You can say that Royal Rumble didn't go our way, Us, but we're still rocking as the ECW World Tag Team Champions. Myself, Jay, Jimmy, with the wise man by our side, we're here tonight, here in Aurora, Colorado, and we're here to bring the yeet." And then some security guy gets in the face and he goes, "I'm sorry, gentlemen, you're not allowed in the arena tonight." And Paul Heyman's like, I do beg your pardon, sir, you must not understand, this is ECW. Okay, I run ECW and I run this show, and you're denying me entry into my own arena?" He goes, "Sorry, Mr. Heyman, this comes from higher up. This comes from the final boss. This comes from The Rock." And Jimmy's like, "Hey man, screw Dwayne, okay? He can't keep us out." And Heyman goes, "No, Jimmy, it's relax. We can't get too irrational. I guess, we just can't go in tonight." And then Heyman walks away, and Jay's like, "No, what the hell, man? We're the champions. We're the tag team champions, and we can't get in there." And The Rock comes to the ring. His music hits. He comes out. He's feeling the mana. Ava and the Tongans behind him. He's got the chills. He's coming for your soul and all that. And he gets into the ring. And he says, "On Saturday night, the road to WrestleMania kicked into a high gear. Los Angeles, California, SoFi Stadium, 60,000 rabid fans there to see who would punch their ticket to the main event of WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble, a match The Rock has won in the past. A match The Rock has used to go on to main event WrestleMania. But The Rock, this year, had other ideas. The Rock had more to do at the Royal Rumble this year. Because you see, while The Rock himself and the rest of the bloodline may not have been in the Royal Rumble match this year, we did have a mission. And The Rock's mission was clear. The Rock's mission was to make sure that Roman Reigns did not win the Royal Rumble match. Now all I've heard since Saturday is, "Oh, Rocky, you got bitched out by Roman Reigns. Rocky, you ran away scared of Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu." The Rock did no such thing. You see, The Rock, his work was done when Seth Rollins sent Roman Reigns' bitch ass over the top rope. The Rock, he was going off back. He was going back to his bus. He was going to drink the Terramana. He was going to soak in the victory. It's not my fault Roman Reigns had to call on a bitch-ass cousin from another brand to try and fight off The Rock because he knows he can't beat The Rock himself. Every single member from that bloodline is a disgrace to this family. That's why I'm building my own bloodline in my image. Which brings me to another man I need to bring out here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the ECW World Champion, Warden. Warden comes out. He actually looks a bit surprised, like, Dwayne, well, why are you calling me out here? And he goes, Warden, you have been the ECW champion for a number of months now, and The Rock sees all the work you're doing. The Rock feels everything you're doing. You beat Roman Reigns countless times to keep a hold of that championship. Hell, you stood side by side with the Bloodline in War Games when The Rock was on the other team, sticking the knife in the back of Roman Reigns. You have been a great champion here on ECW, and that is why The Rock and the Sons of the King Haku, we didn't enter the Royal Rumble match. Because don't get it twisted, The Rock, he could have won the Royal Rumble match if he wanted to. But we didn't enter it because of our respect for you. Now, Warden, you're not family. You're not blood. But you damn sure are the face of ECW, more so than Roman Reigns ever will be, more so than any other member of my family that is not Tama Tonga, Tonga or Tala Tonga will ever be. So, Warden, from The Rock to the ECW World Champion, I would just like to say, you are our champion. You don't have to worry about the bloodline because you've been a useful hand in our story. Everything you've done was to fight Roman Reigns and the Usos and Solo Sikoa. And you did just that. So, Warden, will you be my champion? And Warden goes, Dwayne, I'm the champion for myself. I don't need you to co-sign me as the ECW champion. But when it comes to taking care of your family, you know whose side I'm on. And then Warden and The Rock shake hands. And that's when Braun Strowman's music hits, and him and Joe Hendry storm out. Well, Braun storms out, Joe Hendry's by his side. Braun gets into the ring, and he goes face to face with Warden. And they get into a stare down. And Hendry's like, Rocky, you must have forgotten my big friend, Braun Strowman. Now you see, Rock, at Saturday Night's main event, you got one over on me. It happens. But you and your precious bloodline, and now your precious new champion, Warden, can't hold a candle to my big friend. The man who cost your Gorillas of Destiny their ECW Tag Team Champions, and now the man who's going to rip the ECW World Championship from the hands of Warden. And The Rock just looks at Braun. You can see he's a little bit nervous because Braun is a big boy. And he's like, so this is the guy. This is the guy you're sending at us. Well, let The Rock tell you this. Braun Strowman, you, my friend, have signed yourself a death warrant. Coming to pick a fight with The Rock and The Rock's bloodline and The Rock's champion is a big mistake. And The Rock leaves the ring and he sort of just gestures to he does the throat slit as if to go take care of him. And then the Tongans all jump, and Warden, sorry. The Tongans and Warden all jump on Braun, but Braun is a big boy, he's rejuvenated since the last time we saw him. And he's powering through, he's tossing Tongaloa around, he's tossing Tama Tonga around. Joe Hendry's in there probably throwing punches as well. And Braun even delivers a big power slam to Tala Tonga. And then him and Warden go face to face. Braun rips his shirt off or whatever, and he's screaming in Warden's face, going, "Come on, come on!" And Warden, ducks out of the ring and leaves. And he goes, "No, I don't have to defend the championship. I've defended the championship 3 nights ago. I haven't got to face you tonight. I haven't got to fight you tonight. Have fun in there, Braun." And he just walks to the back, and Braun just glares a hole through them as they leave. 82. That's it's chemistry. I was gonna say. I nearly said something I would have regret, but I didn't. It's fine. It's chemistry issue. Cesaro and Kyle O'Reilly have a chemistry issue, which feels weird. But Kyle O'Reilly does pick up the win. He rolls him up in 13:46 to score the win for the Undisputed Era in their ongoing war with the Paragon. 83 for Kyle O'Reilly, 68 for Cesaro. And yeah, after the match, Kyle O'Reilly is celebrating. Cesaro jumps him. Dolph Ziggler and the Fritz brothers jump. And then Shock the System hits. Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly run out. Bobby Fish and Roderick Strong run out. And we get the big 4v4 brawl. The Undisputed Era, the Paragon going out. Another big brawl to open up ECW. Fish and Roddy, take the Von Erichs, the Fritz brothers, out on the outside. And, they cancel each other out. They brawl into the crowd. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly work together. They drop Cesaro with, a double team move. And Dolph Ziggler, he goes to deliver the boom on Dolph Ziggler, but Ziggler gets pulled out of the ring by the Fritz brothers and they back away. But then as Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole stand tall, Kevin Owens slides into the ring and he clocks Kyle O'Reilly in the back of the head of his championship. He starts wailing punches down on Kyle O'Reilly. And he goes to pick him up and hit him with a package power driver, but as he tosses him against the ropes, Adam Cole sort of pulls Kyle O'Reilly to safety. And Adam Cole and Kevin Owens get in each other's face. And Kevin just looks angry and he goes, "It's you. I knew I'd see you again at some point." And Adam Cole's like, "What are you doing, Kev? Okay. Kyle will get his championship back. Kyle will get a rematch for that championship. But what you're doing right now, what you've become, it's worse than even I ever knew it would be." And Kevin Owens says, "Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad Adam Cole has looking down on the man I've become. Well, guess what? These people love me. Okay? They forgot about you. They left you and your group to rot. But they love me. Okay? So you can keep crying about what I've become because I'm their champion. Forever." He takes his championship and he walks out through the crowd holding his belt up high as they boo him. Then get a quick backstage interview. Kelly's guest, Liv Morgan, and Sonya Deville. Because I said, the Royal Rumble, Liv, you had the chance to become the ECW Women's Champion. You came up short against your former tag team partner, Ruby Riott. And Liv goes, I thought I'd be more dejected than I am. But, Ruby, she's become one hell of a champion since I last stepped into the ring with her. And, coming up short in my first championship match in a long time, there's nothing to be ashamed of. But that's the past, Kelly. It's time to look forward to the future, and my chase for championship gold doesn't end at the Royal Rumble. Because you see, Ruby tried her hardest to drive a wedge in my alliance here with Sonya and my friendship with Sonya, but it's not gonna happen. In fact, we're stronger than ever, and tonight, Cora, Roxy, if you can hear us, it's been a long time since those tag team championships came over here to ECW. So, wherever you are, make sure to, watch me. And that leads us into Liv and Sonya against Nightlight. Gets an 80. Sure, we'll take that. Liv Morgan pinned Naomi with the Oblivion in 9 minutes and 13 to earn her and Sonya, I guess, a shot at the Women's Tag Team Championship. 72 for Liv, 70 for Sonya, 87 for Naomi, and a 69 for Shantae. Liv has immediately dropped her, this is evil Liv Morgan, okay? This is anti-Liv, where, this version of Liv does her best work in World Championship matches and her worst work in a tag team. evil Liv Morgan be like, look away from me. But yes, after the match, Cora and Roxy's music hits and they come out. And Cora goes, wow, Roxy, did you hear our names get mentioned earlier on? She goes, I think I did. I think Liv Morgan and Sonya Deville called us out for a tag team title match. Cora goes, well, that can't be true because I thought Liv Morgan lost at the Royal Rumble, and Liv Morgan, has been a bad friend to every single person he's ever teamed with. And Liv goes, yeah, save it. Okay, I just heard all of this from Ruby. Point is, you're here, we're here, so I can say this to your face. Next week, myself, Sonya, we want those women's tag team championships. You can't just sit on Raw away from us with those titles without defending them against the top teams on ECW. So what do you say? Or are you too scared because you haven't got anyone to watch your back here on ECW? Cora goes, we're not scared. Sure, it's just me and Roxy, nobody else, but that's fine, we don't need anybody else. We'll see you two next week. So women's tag team title match next week as the Jersey Devils challenge the New Millennium for the tag team championships. Then get a quick backstage segment. The Rock and Ava Raine backstage, and The Rock sort of just like pats Ava on the shoulder. He grabs a bottle of tequila and he leaves the arena. Like, we watch as The Rock leaves to go chill on his boss. And then Ava get the camera on Ava, and she goes, I just had a very interesting conversation with my father in regards to the Iron Survivor Challenge. I heard Bobby Roode announce the Iron Survivor. 5 superstars compete for the opportunity to become the number 1 contender for a world championship of their choice at WrestleMania. And ECW, we want in on that. So we'll crown our own competitor for the men's Iron Survivor Challenge, and we'll do that next week. How? Well, we're going to toss everybody on this roster we think is deserving of an opportunity into a battle royal. And whoever wins that battle royal will go on to Roadblock as the ECW representative in the Iron Survivor Challenge. Oh my goodness. 89 rated tag team match. Rey Mysterio and Pistolero against the grizzled young veterans. It is our Lucha Bros. Sorry, I can't call them that. Our Lucha friends over here who defeat the grizzled young vets. Rey pinning Jagger Reed with a 619 into a flying frog splash. 87 for both GYV. 92 for Pistolero. 67 for Rey. So yeah, Rey kind of a little bit washed, but it's fine. He can still get 89 rated matches. So, like, who really cares? Then after the match, we see Kevin Owens. He's watching the tag match on the TV. He goes, congratulations, Rey. Nice to know your body's still holding up after last week when you got saved. Now let me get one thing clear. Kyle O'Reilly, he's up in my business. Adam Cole, he's up in my business. But you, Rey, you're still in my business. I still need to make sure I finish what I started with you. The great Rey Mysterio doing what he did to a people's hero like myself. I can't let that slide, Rey. For the betterment of these people, you need to be put down. But first, I've got a so-called god to slay. But then Kevin Owens walks off, and then as he walks off, we see Florence's locker room door open, and out she comes. She goes, well, been a long-ass week, or month, huh? Since the last time you saw me around here, Blair Davenport got one over on me in that stupid little strap match at Cyber Sunday. Well, guess what? I was there Saturday night to crush her dreams. Because don't get it twisted, I may not have won the Royal Rumble, but that Women's World Championship is still mine, okay? And tonight, I see Blair's aligned ourselves with Alba Fire and Iona Webb. Well, I'm going to rip their heads off one at a time as well and make sure that it's just me and you, Blair. And we're going to win this once and for all, the only way I know how. With a fight. 78. I'll take that, especially considering, the finish. Florence goes to put the the rain flow on Iona Webb and put her down when she's jumped from behind by Alba Fire, and a DQ finish occurs. So yeah, Alba Fire comes to the aid of Iona Webb, and yeah, I guess Florence wins by DQ. 80 for Florence, 66 for Iona Webb. And after the match, the Witches continue the assault on Florence. They look to put her back on the shelf already, I guess. And that's when Kelsey Cook, or like the lights go out during the brawl, and then when they come back on, Kelsey's in the ring. And she sort of just stands in the corner, just staring across at Alba and Iona. And they're like, well, what the fuck is this? And then Alba Fire charges at Kelsey Cook. Kelsey like starts brawling with her, and Florence takes down Iona Webb, and then Florence and Kelsey work together to take down Alba Fire. And then they just share an awkward look. Or Florence just looks across like confused at Kelsey, like, what is your problem? Okay, what are you doing? And Kelsey sort of just nods her head and walks out. But yeah, an equalizer, I guess, against the Unholy Union. Next week, we've got a pretty stacked show, including 2 big women's tag team matches. The first being a championship match. The champions Cora Jade and Roxy Perez are coming to ECW. It's a return to ECW for Cora, actually, but I think this might be Roxy's first time on ECW, unless she defended like the Liberty title on here once. I can't remember. They're defending against the Jersey Devils. They're defending against Liv Morgan and Sonya Deville. And yeah, another women's tag team match is now official following the brawl we just saw. Florence will team with Kelsey Cook against Alba Fire and Iona Webb of the Unholy Union. Plus, Ava announced it earlier on tonight, we're going to find out ECW's representative in the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. A battle royal will take place here on ECW with the winner going on to the Iron Survivor Challenge, which we'll know 2 representatives of from Raw heading into that match, but we don't yet know any competitors in it. Oh! 90 rated main event. Sasha Banks had her working boots on to, get this girl over, and I can appreciate that. Good job, Sasha. But yes, we do have a new $1 Million champion. Kathy Cool plants Sasha Banks down with a Razzle Dazzle in 1648 to win the championship. Only the second ever $1 Million champion. 69 for Kathy Cool, 93 for Sasha Banks. So Kathy becomes the second, because Ronnie Hughes was a tag team champion. The second regen character in the save to become a champion. The first singles champion from a regen character. Yeah. I like Kathy. Kathy's my favourite member of Next Gen, hence she became the leader, even though technically it should have been Tracy. But I just gravitate to Kathy more because her mic skills are better in the game, and she was like me. Well, not me really. Me and my friend created her before the next gen thing started. So she's got the most history out of all of the regen. So like she was the one I put the strap on. But yes, Kathy Cool is the new $1 Million champion. ECW will remain the home of Next Gen for the foreseeable future. And yeah, Pyro goes off. Big victory for Kathy Cool. Sasha did her best to get her over here tonight. Gotta appreciate that. But the show's not over. Because you can see there's a next segment on. We do have a post-credit scene. We see The Rock. He's pulling up outside. Now he's high-fiving random people. Heading towards his bus. He's got his bottle of Terramana in hand. and he opens the door to his bus. When the Usos fly out and they jump The Rock, they fly out of The Rock's bus and they start beating him up on the outside, tossing him into the bus. The Rock is getting attacked by the Usos here. They go to get him up and deliver a double super kick to him, but that's when the Tongans rush in and the Usos do run away. And the Tongans help The Rock to his feet, and he's like fucking angry. He's shouting, "Fuck you, fuck off," because he's The Rock. You know, he can say these things. He's going, "You fucking bitches, you're a disgrace to this goddamn family. Get out of here, you bitch ass. Okay, you're gonna make a mistake ever getting on the wrong side of the final boss. There's a reason why Roman Reigns was a disgrace for letting you be world champion." And you know, he's even like fucking throwing off Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa as they start touching him because he's that angry. And he's just mouthing off, and he's like throws his bottle of Terramana on the floor and opens the bus door and just slams the door behind him to end the show. 87. Pretty good episode of EC Dub, if I do say so myself. Yeah, matters more. Those are what you thought of the show. Do let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time for SmackDown, the fallout from SmackDown, where we will see and hear from the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Io Sky. Io's actually going to be making her choice in regards to WrestleMania. You know, I imagine like it would have been a thing on social media like, oh, she's already decided and we're going to hear her decision on SmackDown. So yeah, we'll see what that's all about then.